There are dark and unfathomable secrets discussed here. You will not attempt to understand them. There are dark and unfathomable secrets in this world. Mankind is not meant to know them. Agents of the program destroy the evidence and execute the practitioners of the knowledge these secrets impart. These recordings are the history of the failure of the program to do so. They always fail in the end. I've seen it. We've always seen it. We will always see it. We hope you enjoy your time with the program.
When last we met, the brave members of the Delta Green Squad were investigating a strange series of murders in the town of Marengo, Indiana. Marengo is a town in southern Indiana, about an hour and a half. I have it on Roll20 actually, about an hour and a half south of Bloomington, Indiana, via I-37. It is a small town built over the top of a massive cave system. There is a national park or a national landmark there that is the cave itself. 2 bodies were found. One was found in the ditch in front of a woman's house. The other body was found in a... Sorry, loud noise. The other body was found... I don't remember. Was found inside the cave system itself, beached upon a walkway directly in front of a group of school children who were on a school field trip. Video of that incident was posted to TikTok and was then removed from TikTok within 24 hours. But due to the curious nature of the bodies themselves, Delta Green was made, well, your guys' sect of Delta Green was made aware because the person that was put in charge of this case is a member of the FSB, which is basically the FBI of the... I pull back up my notes. It's basically the FBI of the Department of Natural Resources, which is Nina Hartley. She's a friendly with Delta Green. The reason that this was brought to Delta Green at all was two things. One, the bodies were found completely skinned, with all parts of them removed, including the skeletal structure, leaving only the brainstem, spinal column, and eyeballs connected with nerve endings. And all of the associated nerve endings. So it looks kind of like a squid floating in the water. Secondly, the video shows the remains kind of being dragged through the water by something or moving itself through the water. You can't really tell. It's kind of a grainy video in a dark part of the cave. And then beaching itself in front of these kids. People are screaming, being dragged away from it, and stuff like that. And due to those 2 things, you guys were called in because it's not exactly a normal set of murders. Unless, somebody's just out there skinning people to a surgical degree for fun. The group met in Marengo. You investigated the cave itself. You found that there was no way that anybody had broken in and dumped the body through the natural entrance to the cave, which has been shut down for roughly 10 years now and deemed unsafe. And you got some scuba gear and followed an underwater river that runs through the cave as far as you could go before you ran out of air and were unable to reach the opposite end of wherever it comes out of. Did I miss anything?
That sounds about right. I do have in my notes that... So we're at this cave where there's a skinned pig. Devil's Cave, Devil's Cove. We found there's like a trail or something as well, right? That we thought was interesting, and we made a note to do that first.
One of the agents, with their expertise, was able to notice there was an area of the ground outside. You went to a different cave that you found out about that was traced to be along the path of that underwater river that you were going towards, called the Devil's Cave, which is just a local name for it because supposedly the devil lives there or was trapped there long ago.
Websites about it.
A lot of good real websites about it.
Yeah, very real.
And you guys went there. You found a dead pig, on the very outside of the cave that had been sacrificially mutilated and left there to rot in the sun. And you also found a path or something, some kind of trail. One of you was able to notice with a attribute that you have of harder packed ground and younger trees that it runs around the outside area of the cave. So you're outside Devil's Cave. You're roughly 20 feet up in the air on this limestone jut, where the crack in the side of this limestone jut is the entrance to the cave itself. This dead pig is baking in the July sun in Indiana. You probably smelled it way before you actually made it up to the side of this jut to crawl into the cave itself. The cave entrance is roughly 5 feet tall and 1.5 feet wide. You're going to have to go sideways probably to pull yourself in. And it's completely dark. Locals say that if you continue to move through this cave into its like central area, eventually your electronics will quit working, batteries will die, and stuff like that. What do you guys do?
Okay, so there's like an electromagnetic field, or more than likely unnatural force that is causing. That's going to cause our stuff to not work.
Do we have any other means of light besides like the batteries and stuff? Because I imagine it's going to get pretty dark down there.
I mean...
Wait, the real question is, did we get the flamethrower?
Important thing.
Because there's the light right there.
We should have gotten Acquisition 1 and Acquisition 2, whatever those might be.
Yeah,
it would be tomorrow, wasn't it, or was it today?
I thought it was tomorrow, but I thought a day had passed.
Okay, yes. Then, yeah, Acquisitions 1 and 2 should be available to you at the DNR station.
Sweet.
Which we didn't stop.
We didn't go to, yeah.
We can retcon that if you guys want to stop in there before you go to this cave.
I would imagine...
I thought we did. I thought...
Wait, yeah, because I thought we had to get...
Because we went to the Welcome Center, shut down the cave. Redneck guy said a bunch of stuff. Then we went to the DNR Center. Because we needed to use a phone, because there's no phones in Marengo, like no cell phones. And then we made a bunch of phone calls, right? And then we roped Nina Hartley into coming with us.
Yes.
Let's not use roped so lightly. She agreed.
If you went to Devil's Cave after talking to Nina Hartley at the DNR office, that's when you convinced her that you needed the explosives and the flamethrower. So that would be... It would not be the day that you got that stuff yet.
No. I thought we went back.
I don't think we did.
I don't remember going back.
All right, fine. We don't have it. We don't have our flamethrower. We don't have our C4. We'll have that for later, I guess.
Yeah.
We're just scouting right now.
Okay.
As far as lights, we do have more of the underwater lanterns to put up.
I don't know if those will work. It's not water.
Better than nothing.
Shut up. But those are gonna turn off, right? Like once we get into the cave, the lights will stop working.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly it'll stop working.
I mean, I'm willing to believe it, personally. Okay, so we either go get fire-based lighting, or we hope for the best, which seems like a bad idea.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen if we go in and our lights and stuff die?
We get turned into brain jellyfish, I believe, is the worst that can happen, is we become sentient nervous systems, which, I mean, as far as worst go, up there.
I mean, technically, if you want to get real
brain
specific,
jellyfish.
aren't we
That's what they
all
used to call tannin in college?
Yeah. Aren't we all that already? Like, just some extra steps?
Listen, man, we can get into, like, the positivity, like, bright side of life after we've been kicked in the nuts, but I want to start there.
Yeah, let's just get out of the way, rip the Band-Aid off.
Okay, so did we go down this path? I thought we were going to check this path out.
I thought that's where we had ended.
Oh,
You ended at the entrance to the cave, so you had to climb up about 20 feet of limestone.
I thought there was a second
entrance?
path. I thought we got to the cave.
There
and there's
is.
another. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. But you guys decided to climb up to look into the cave entrance first,
Okay.
which is where you found the dead pig.
Okay, I want to go down that path.
Okay, so the group of you work your way back down the limestone jut. Like I said, it's 20 feet up in the air, but it's not really hard to climb because it's got a lot of plateauing areas that stick up the side of the limestone. You make it down with relative ease, and you go back to that path. And who was it that had? I believe it was the search of 60.
No, that was me. That was Agent Nash.
Agent
Who is
Nash.
now going to go to the trunk and grab one of the long arms from the cars, either the
Okay.
shotgun or the rifle.
So Agent Elliot Nash just elects to go back and grab the shotgun. You have to say which one are you grabbing.
Ooh.
Grab. Well, I guess I'm not gonna tell you what to because you can't hear me. I assume.
I think I should just grab both, honestly.
That is the correct decision. Yes.
Yeah, seems smart. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that thing.
Okay, so you go back to the car and you grab both. You walk back. Who do you hand the rifle to, or the shotgun if that's what you decide to get? Or if I just need to know.
I'm gonna keep hands on the rifle. As an actual FBI agent, I probably have the most training with one, but I'm not sure what everyone else's proclivities to firearms are in this group.
Does anyone have firearms?
I do.
skills? I don't.
I put mine up to 40, so I was planning on just having a handgun or a sidearm of some sort.
Well, guess what? You get a shotgun.
I'll take it.
Welcome to the big leagues.
Though I would also be grabbing some sort of
Yeah, I have a
first
firearms
aid
at
kit
7.
or something
So you're gonna
from
grab a
the
what?
trunk. A first aid kit or a survival kit or something, just in case.
There should be
we
a
need
trunk
it.
kit.
So you grab the trunk kit.
Would you grab the bug out bags, pretty much?
Agent Johnny and
Pretty
Agent Nash go back to the SUV. They grab a trunk kit and the shotgun and the rifle out of the trunk of the rifle is in the back of the car, I believe. The sedan and the shotgun is in the back of the SUV, if I recall.
Mhm.
You grab those, you meet back up with the group, and you guys decide to follow this path around. You're following the path around, and thankfully, with Agent Nash's expert search ability, he's able to keep on it, follow it out, and you end up going around, and you're walking for about a mile through this path, and it goes all the way around the outside of this limestone jut and into the forest area behind it. And you're walking for a while and you finally come up to another limestone jut. It's in the middle of the national forest here surrounding this cave on the outside, southeast of Marengo. And you see a chain link fence in front of you, splitting the woods. The area where the path is at, you can barely make out where a metal rod, roughly a foot in diameter, was at some point drilled into the ground here to make a gate or something, and has since been broken off and is like rusted out at the center, and it's just chained up, and you see these very official looking signs that say government property, no access, military personnel only.
Well,
Good thing we're a government person.
Yep, agreed.
Do any of you have a decent bureaucracy score or military science?
I
I'll
have a
give it.
bureaucracy of 60.
I have a
Okay.
bureaucracy of 40.
Bureaucracy of 50.
Okay, yeah, you all
40.
look at this, and just due to your knowledge of the bureaucracy in general, these signs are old. These are not signs that any of you are familiar with or have seen at a military. You guys have been in and out of military bases, obviously. You work with the FBI, you've seen government property. These signs are nothing like anything that's been used in a modern time period.
Are they all in black and white? Like
Yes,
the old
exactly.
times?
They're like old timey with like curly like borders on them.
Yeah, there's curly
They're
braces,
bouncing up and down,
there's a
dancing.
there's a small cat made out of like a rubber hose that's like dancing to the sides of them.
If we have to fight evil Felix the cat at the end of this campaign, we should push past these signs. I want to know what our government used to be trying to hide here, right? Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Yep. How do you get past? It's a wire fence with razor wire at the top that runs as far as you can look to the left or the right, about 6.5 feet tall.
Can I use my suit coat to cover the razor wire in the segment?
Certainly, we can just cut through this fence, right? It's just like
I don't know.
a chain link fence, isn't it?
I was wondering if there's already a chunk that was cut.
Yeah, if we had a flamethrower, it'd be a lot easier.
If only. If only we had C4.
If only we had C4.
Right through this fence.
I mean, we've got like go bags and stuff. Do we not have like a? I don't know.
Is
Some.
there not like a gate that we could just?
Are you going to explore
Open
the
up.
length of the fence?
How far is the fence?
If you walk along the side of it, you're walking for 5-6 minutes, and this is in deep forest. It's not easy to follow this fence. There's trees growing to the left and right of it. And
Do
you
we
follow
have
for a
any
while.
sort of like wire cutters in these bags?
I mean, I would say you probably have a knife of some sort, which if you work at it, you could get through the fence with. It will just take you a while.
I do have a knife, but that's gonna take
Does
a
this
while.
fence, does the chain link fence like go into the ground? Like,
Yes, it is dug into the ground. And if you follow it towards the left when you run into it, it leads back towards the limestone jut. It is like built into that limestone jut. The pole there.
I mean, I really feel like this is probably the easier way to get into where we're going. We should find a way over this fence.
How tall is this limestone jut?
The limestone jut is a total of 40 feet tall. The
It's
cave
not
in
like
is
the-
roughly 23 feet up the side of it.
Yeah, I think like we're wearing like FBI like attire, right? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, you guys are either are FBI agents or you've been given credentials to make you look like or to make it seem like you're FBI agents to people that ask questions.
Yeah, I think we stack our jackets up and just throw it on this razor wire.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. What's everybody's athletics like?
50?
50? Okay, you're gonna make it with no problem.
My athletics is 70.
You're fine.
30?
Also 30. You're an
Okay.
FBI agent. Your athletics is 30.
Listen, believe it or not, is not part of the skill set.
Right, both of you are going to
Being
struggle to
athletic?
make it up and over this old rusted chain link
I
fence.
don't want to climb this old rusted chain link fence. I would rather walk down the length of the fence than try to. I'm a doctor. I'm not climbing over barbed wire.
Hey, dickhead,
Yes.
climb this fence. What are you talking about? Let's go.
Hey, but what if you did though?
Like
What are you
everyone else
talking
is
about?
already over
Yeah,
while
like,
he's
I'm
doing
literally
this
on the
race.
other side of this fence. What do you mean you're gonna walk over there?
Aren't you also an old dude?
Which
Somebody want to help
Yeah,
me?
I'm a-
Like,
I'm
you
a-
can?
Yeah, like, is there like an assist? Like, can we
Yeah,
like help
if
them
one of you wants to assist,
You're asking a 55-year-old doctor
to
with a
quit
30
being a little
in
bitch? Yeah, that's what I'm
athletics
doing.
to-
I'm asking a 50-year-old daughter to stop being a little bitch. I think that's a fair request to make.
So you can add
Baker?
20% to his skill, which is still not enough for him to auto pass this. He's still gonna have to make the roll.
All right,
What-
that's fine. I do.
28
that
under
means
30.
that means that Agent Nash also has to do this.
Yeah,
I will
because-
assist
20
both of you.
28 out of 30.
because
20
While
30.
fucking Agent
Everyone-
Nash, the young agent, FBI agent, has the same athletics as the 55-year-old.
He's got asthma. Leave him alone.
Yeah,
Uh,
you got flat feet.
All right,
Johnny is saying.
oh, sorry.
But yeah, just while they're all making this ruckus of trying to get everyone over, I'm already on the other side with one of the guns, and I'm just keeping a lookout, making sure no one.
How do you do that? Do you just toss the gun over and then climb?
Is there not a strap of some sort?
No, I'd assume they'd have slings.
Oh, there probably is. Yeah, you're right. You sling it
I mean,
over.
either way, we could throw it if we needed to.
We have the manpower. We can play fucking volleyball with that shotgun.
Just eat it. All right, I help both of them. I help both of them over this fence.
Okay, both of you roll. I believe
I already did.
Agent
28,
Nash said
30.
he already made it.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50
I did-
chance.
I did not make it.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 65.
Oh, well, not a critical failure, thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, Agent Barkoff, or sorry, Agent. What was your agent name? I apologize.
Doc, I think it was.
Doc.
He's just Doc.
Agent Barks is what it says. Agent Barks begins to climb the fence. He's the last one to go over it. Agent Barks is an older man, 55 years old, probably has been climbing a lot of fences. And he gets to the top, and his knee kind of gives a little bit, and he ends up falling over, and he cuts his hand on the razor wire and tumbles onto the other side. You're gonna take 1 just HP damage when you cut your hand and land on the ground. And until you get that healed up, you are going to be at a 10% disadvantage on any rolls that use your hands dexterously.
All right.
Do I already need to break out the first aid kit?
I was gonna say, we brought the go
Yes.
bag.
Really good for the only doctor.
What are you talking about? Me, the paramedic who can shoot better than he drives?
You're just the other half of Starsky and Hutch. It's okay.
Everybody has a roll.
So, yeah, do I need a roll for first aid, or is my 80% good enough?
Good enough. Yeah, you patch it up. You're still going to be at the disadvantage for today, but he's able to patch you up. get some gauze on that. You're not going to take any damage, and you don't risk.
I'll patch myself up. I'm a doctor. I don't need your help.
I'm just happy we get
How
along so
did
well.
you?
You're going to be at a 10% disadvantage to do that.
10% disadvantage still gives me an 80% in medicine
Okay.
and first aid.
Yeah, so I want you to play. Let's hear that scene.
Because I'm a real doctor.
Let's hear that. Let's hear you guys talk that out in character. He falls over, cuts his hand open, and
Hey there, Doc. Do you need any help? I see that you're bleeding.
I'm good. I'm a real doctor, so I'll go ahead and handle this.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm just a doctoral student.
Aren't we all?
I'm a doctor too. Not of medicine. I just wanted.
Oh God, are we gonna have?
So, with that, I give him the first aid pack, and he can carry it now.
I already have my own first aid pack.
No,
because
he's
I
not.
came prepared.
If you hand it to him, I'm taking it from him. His hands
already
don't
have-
work.
I brought my own first aid pack. I don't need the one that you got from the FBI because I came prepared like a doctor.
Yeah, they can come prepared to climb a fence, you fucking
Also,
asshole.
I definitely like Johnny more than anybody else in this group, so
It's not that high of a bar.
that's very true.
All right, we're over the fence.
okay, you make it over the fence, and the forest is still pretty thick on this side, and you start heading towards the limestone jut, and the forest just runs straight up to it. Doesn't lead anywhere. If you follow the path, you head back the other way, and you follow the path just to check your surroundings, and it leads to an area where there's just like open stone on the ground. And the forest has now grown up, but it's younger in this area, like considerably younger than the area around it.
Oh, shit.
Looks more like the way where you guys were walking on earlier, but for roughly 40 yards wide. As you walk and approach, the ground goes from being this natural dirt and earth to stone and rock, and you are standing on a massive pile of limestone that runs into like a small hill, roughly 7 feet tall. And whatever was here was roughly 30 feet across, 7 feet tall, sticking up out of the ground, and has just been filled in with stone.
I say 40 feet
Yes, long, wide.
wide.
So there's a lift, there's a noticeable lift in the ground, like it's grown over, and there are even trees growing on top of it. But you eventually, if you follow that path, you get to an area of the ground where it lifts up about 7 feet, like almost straight up. Does not look natural. Just
Like somebody
basic.
just put limestone in the ground.
Someone took like chipped limestone and filled in whatever opening used to be here.
So like there used to be like an in-ground pool here, and now it is full of rocks.
More like it looked more like a garage door kind of situation, I would say. I don't know how to describe it without just describing what it would have been.
Oh, so it's this way, not down. It's like
yeah. It's like it's 7
Got
feet
it.
up and 40 feet wide,
oh,
and it's
shit.
like, have you ever seen like when they fill stuff in with rock, how the rock like pours out of it?
yeah.
It's wider, yeah. But the entrance area where the rock was poured into originally and filled out is 40 feet wide,
Man,
7 feet up.
some C4 would be pretty sweet right now.
Wait. So it's just a pile of rocks.
It's a pile of rocks that has been dumped to fill something in.
yeah,
Okay.
There's like a cutout that is
Yes.
full of stuff. Got it. Can we tell how deep it is? Like, is it worth trying to dig this out so we can get in, or is it just not worth it?
You move over it. If some of you guys are pretty strong, you manage to pull some of the rocks out, but just reveals more and more stone.
Just way more rocks, man. If only we had
Yeah.
explosives.
So what's over the top of the rocks? Like, is this like a cave?
The ground evens back out. If you go around the side of this thing, the ground eventually evens back out, and it looks man-made, whatever this was.
I feel like I'm having an aneurysm. I cannot picture what this is.
Okay, think
So
of like a
is it-
storage unit.
Okay.
Only it's one giant door. Now remove that door and fill it with rocks.
But what is keeping the rocks like that? if there's
Nothing.
no
It's just
wall?
a bunch of rocks shoved in, so it's sort of like kind of like spilling out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Have
Gotcha.
you ever seen a quarry, like when they dump all the rocks from mining a quarry?
No.
Okay.
Imagine a bunch of rocks shoved into a storage unit. and they would just sort of like kind of spill out a little bit. That's what it looks like.
Okay. All right, that makes more sense. Okay.
Okay, guys, we're gonna die. Mistakes have been made. We're like not that far into this. We have to get back over the fence if we need not flashlights.
God
in the
damn
place
it.
where electricity doesn't work.
I'm not gonna go back over the fence. I'm sorry.
Good luck. Okay. Hey, tell you what, buddy. You stay on this side of the fence, I suppose.
I'm gonna go find the gate defense like a normal human being.
Do we see anything else around? It just evens out. Like nothing else like looks weird.
Nothing else looks weird. This is definitely where this trail led to.
Shit. Cool. You know, it'd be great. A flamethrower to cut through that fence and some C4 to blow these rocks up.
We're just like tin snips. Like, not to
What?
DMV out here,
You're-
but say it.
Yeah.
Like,
If
Is
you're
there
a
an Ace hardware
coward.
anywhere near us?
All right. So there's no like into this cave from here unless we're getting rid of these rocks. There's just nothing we can really do, is what it seems like to me.
We could go into the cave.
We have to get back over the fence to do that.
Okay, Tony, for your viewing pleasure, I just posted an image in the Discord of quarry rocks piled up in a thing. Imagine like that, and bigger stones just filling in a garage.
For reference, here's a pile of rocks.
Yeah, but that's the type of stone.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I couldn't find so I can't find an image of it because I don't know what to search online. But there are areas in southern Indiana where like they filled in sinkholes just full of quarry stone.
Created so many jobs in this
Pile of
profession.
rocks. It said, okay, so here's what a pile of rocks looks like. Now imagine it in the shape that you can't imagine it as. But just in case you forgot what a fucking pile of rocks looks like, here you fucking go.
Your brain's a pile of rocks.
Oh my god.
Alright. I guess, yeah, we should probably find the gate for this fence, because it sounds like we're going to have to come back and forth a couple of times.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
I still think it was good to climb the fence in the first try. I feel limber.
My hands have never felt so good after all the stretching they did to climb the fence.
I feel so strong, I don't know why.
Are you really gonna make me try to go over this fence again?
No, we decided we're going to find the gate, because we're probably going to have to come through it like a third time.
What an idea.
I'm happy I came up with it, otherwise we'd be in a world
We
of
should
hurt.
have known we were gonna at least have to go through it twice. Ideally you don't pass through the gate just once.
There you go.
Ideally you come back through.
Tony, I just posted
If
another
there's
image.
another fucking picture of rocks, I swear to Christ.
This is a better example. Imagine if instead of the wall behind that,
It's just another pile of rocks. It's just a pile of rocks in a different sort of pile.
but imagine if instead of there being more stone behind that,
Put it in
asshole.
chat. Put it in chat too. I can't bring it up because everything's it'll mess up all the cameras. But put it in chat.
uh, first image for wrong.
All right. While you're doing that, let's go find this gate.
So anyway, you eventually find an area if you walk, and you're walking for 15-20 minutes where you finally find a spot where a tree has grown up into the fence, and you can climb that tree. And it's still going to be a pain in the ass for you, Agent Barks, but you can make it without having to make a check or worrying about cutting yourself.
Having a flamethrower would definitely help with this tree. All right.
Yeah.
We climb the tree.
And if you continue following the fence around to even further past this tree, it just leads back around in a big loop around this this weird
At
like
any point is
dugout
there a
area.
gate?
No,
They made a fence without a gate?
You can do
What
that.
sort of fence is it? Why would they do that?
They probably just climbed over it.
the fence has markings
Its
that say
fence is
"Do
all the way
not
down.
enter government," like U.S. military stuff like that.
I'd have had a
Every
ladder.
like
So like
20,
even
30
the
feet.
even the military was like, don't enter means don't enter. Even we can't go in.
You think you'd put it just around the thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're
right.
gonna cover all this area. It's just this
Yeah,
one.
especially if you're just not gonna go in there. Like,
All right, cool. So let's. I guess I don't. I might be wrong in being super nervous in the amount of time we are taking to do this. I just feel like all the time we lose is probably resulting in like more bad stuff.
what's the worst that's gonna happen? Another person from Southern Indiana is gonna die.
I mean, or it could be us, which is really
Being
my
lost.
primary concern is me dying.
That was gonna happen regardless the next time Whitesnake came to Bloomington.
I guarantee that meth is killing more of these people than whatever this supernatural thing is.
Is this? We just go legit? We just. Listen, we're gonna tackle the bigger problems. We're just gonna start an outreach program. Let's just go get stuff. Like, mistakes were made. I think we make a secondary supply run. We should. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, I play a lot of D&D, and I get that this is a similar game in a very different universe. Can we just get torches? Like, how do we get like non-electric lighting?
Do any of you have a decent survival skill?
I don't.
What
think
classifies as decent?
What do you think?
I have a 30.
Yeah, I've also
30.
got a 30.
I mean, you could get like kerosene torches, like used for fishing.
I'm pretty sure that
You
the
prefer-
survival
Wait, no,
check-
hold on. We can just kerosene is an electric. I'm an
Yeah.
idiot. You can get a kerosene lantern. Like you can get kerosene
Yeah.
lights. We do that. They sell those at camp
Yeah.
stores.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure next to survival on Doc's sheet it just says camping is for the poor.
Clamping all the way. Yeah, so you guys head back into town and you pick up some. You pick up some kerosene lanterns
And
head-
C4.
you- and
And a flamethrower.
and the flamethrower. Yeah, so you head back into town and
Can't believe they had a
actually
tag
so you
field
head
for
into
that.
town. You head back to the DNR office to get some of this stuff from the DNR. And as you approach, Nina Hartley is like sprinting out to you guys, and she's holding out her phone. And as she like pushes it in front of your face to show you whatever she's about to show you, the Wi-Fi disconnects because you're too far out in the parking lot. And she's like, "You just come back in here. Just come check it out on the computer. It'll be fine."
Great.
Yeah, we do that.
Is this good or bad?
And you go, so you guys run in, and she's like, "We're gonna have some problems."
I don't wanna
And
watch it.
you run in, and you see that third corpse found, Marengo, Indiana, and you see an image of a like dark image of an area in the woods, and these people, this like older man being interviewed, and then it cuts over, and it's another person being interviewed, and it says underneath, 1 second, Jenny Jones, located first set of remains, and they turn the volume up, and it's Jenny, and she's like, "Yeah, I found the first set of remains. They were in the ditch out in front of the house." And she points over, and sure enough, there's a ditch running in front of her house. And I swear, I had a video of it on my phone, but when I showed it to those people at the ISB, they must have deleted it or something. And the people come back and say, "Is this a government cover-up of murders happening on a national landmark? We'll be here to investigate." And it pops up, and a Phenomenon X logo shows up, and with a UFO topping up in the upper left-hand corner. And then they switch over, and it's an actual national news channel that's showing just like a weird murder case in southern Indiana. Locals say FBI agents have been seen in the area.
All right, that sounds bad, but not super bad.
Yeah, that's manageable.
That's,
We can pivot here. We can pivot.
Let's requisition a nuke.
I mean, we have a flame.
Let's requisition a PR firm.
All right. Step one. Okay, so we've seen this, right?
Yes, you've seen this video. So Nina shows you, first off, it's like the local news station, and they're reporting on a third body being found, and the third body being found by some like local people in a creek. And
Hey,
then she
Nina.
shows you this Phenomena X website, which is like a paranormal investigation BuzzFeed, basically. And they have somebody that's in town now interviewing people. Like
Okay.
on a crappy like camera, like handheld.
That seems fine. Like, I'm totally okay with this person doing that, because it's just some dude interviewing Grant. Like, yeah, fine, have your... The more weird conspiracy around this, the better, right? Like...
Yeah, as
It's
long
like,
as
wait,
there's no,
like,
like,
no,
going
Bigfoot,
on.
like, if Bigfoot were real, nobody'd ever believe it. Just because, like, Bigfoot is at a point, you know what I mean? Like, fine.
We were professional Bigfoot hunters in Paola, Indiana one year because Bigfoot was spotted at Paoli Peaks.
See, that's the thing. And even they could literally see Bigfoot, and like, everybody would be like, no, you're nonsense, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I like that website that I found for the
yeah.
Devil's Cave.
I thought Nina came with us. I didn't realize she was still at the station. So we have all of our stuff.
Yes.
Hey, Nina. One.
Yeah. What can I do? Look,
What do you... Have you heard anything as far as, like, the actual investigation of this third corpse? Like, is there new information that you guys have found out?
she says, no, I think the two officers that you met when you first arrived were actually the ones that went to the scene. They sent out a team. They got the body. It was found just in a creek that ran out of the same watershed. It looked pretty deteriorated. We think it might have actually happened. This may have been before the first body was found a week ago, or possibly in between the two. I don't know. We won't
How
really
long
know
ago was it?
an expert back. It was found. It was found late last night, and they alerted the authorities, but nobody went out to see it until this morning.
Yeah, but, like, how long ago do they think, like, roughly, you can usually tell how long a body's been dead, you know, within a time range?
Oh, about a week, they'd say. But barely
About a
anything
week
was left
ago?
on it. And honestly, I'm not even sure that it's the same. Like, yeah, it was just like some brain matter that was left, but it was so rotted. Like, and how much would even be left if that was left out in a creek for several days, being eaten by fish and stuff,
I bet.
or by local wildlife.
Hey, you seem pretty interested in this case.
I am the officer in charge.
Indeed. You wanna come with us to this
Sure,
Devil's
of
Cave
course.
thing? Yeah.
Yes.
We've...
Wait,
We-
so
Hmm?
was the body also like skinned and like it was like a nervous system again, or was it just like a body?
The only thing they found was of the remains was like a brain and some, like, not even brain, sorry, just like the spinal column.
So we can totally just say, like,
No,
he
it's
was
like
a
this-
wild animal. Eat it.
I'm pretty sure...
Except the brain and the spinal column, and left those attached.
Yeah.
No, so sorry. The only thing they
Related.
found was a spinal column. The rest of it's
That's
missing
hardly a
because it'd
body.
been-
That's just a
Okay,
it's
hold on.
just a fucking bones.
Hey, Nina, I would love for you to come with us. I need to talk to these guys about something really quick, but we'll let you know when we're ready to leave, okay?
Yeah, just quick question. They went in the interview with the college kids. I never talked to that woman like that. She would have talked to the local police if anything. I didn't get assigned to this case until the second corpse was found. So her saying I deleted anything off her phone is totally... I don't have anything in here that says we took anything from her.
Could just be made up.
Is that a local woman? Do you recognize that woman?
That'll go. a long way to
Yeah,
get
it's the woman who found the first corpse here, like, about 7 minutes from here's where her house is.
So she reported the corpse.
Yeah, she's the one who reported the first corpse.
Could we go ahead and get that address from you?
Yeah, just a second. And she opens up her phone and looks at her notes, and is not me typing up a random address. And she says, yeah, just a second. It's, let's see, 37-4.
Are we about to dock somebody in Marengo, Indiana?
No, I'm making it. 37-4 Bragg Street. It's right off of the creek there, which is where we're pretty sure during the flooding, the corpse got washed up into their ditch because of that.
Okay.
Sweet. She's
if
found
you-
two of the three bodies. That sounds like a sick ass cover up to me.
She's only found the one.
Alright, so here's the issue that we run into. Obviously, we want to go talk to this lady. However, people know there's FBI agents still hanging out in town, and if we go talk to this lady, people are going to definitely know there's FBI agents hanging around in town. Do we want to, like, 80s sitcom spelling bee this? And try to, like, somehow communicate, like, have Nina go talk to her, but have, like, an earpiece or something?
Why would you just have the police follow up on it?
Because that's going to take forever, and, like, I don't know if they're going to, like... They're not looking for what we're looking for, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we should be asking the questions, because she's going to say something that's going to be like, oh, evil cult stuff that some random police officer is going to think about.
Right.
Yeah, but then she could also just, like, kill Nina.
I
Yeah.
mean, we were all pretty callous about death not but 5 minutes ago.
That's fair, but I like Nina.
So, yeah.
I guess.
We need that likable side character for when this becomes a TV show.
I just, full disclosure, if it comes down to it, Nina's my meat shield. Like, if I I'm
Hold
ducking
on.
behind her. I gotta roll up a new Nina if she dies. All right.
Listen, I swore an oath. And maybe eventually Agent Johnny will have to do that when he gets an actual degree.
I'm just ignoring this, and I
Hey,
actually go
listen,
over to.
we're
talk
all
to
we're all doctors here, okay? You don't have to be weird about it. I swore an oath too, okay? I got a tattoo on my back that says it belongs in a museum. All right, like you're not the only person here who took an oath. I'm honestly, part of me wants that to be canon. But yeah, okay. Ah, boy.
Are we really gonna bring Nina to the cave with us? though?
Yes.
Why would we do that?
Why would we not? She
Yeah,
has
I'm
the
not
highest
sure.
navigation skill. We're going into a cave. We brought her into the other cave.
Yeah, but
But
that was a
that
cave
one-
that she knew about. Like, now this is...
This is also a famous cave. It's a named cave. It's got its own website.
But it's one that had
Why
a
are we-
sacrificed pig outside of it.
How are we gonna?
Yeah, I feel
how
like
are
this
we
is just-
going?
All right,
to...
whatever. I'm just gonna pretend to be a normal cop. I think we should also pretend to be normal cops. Can we do that? Is that like a relatively easy thing for us to do?
Yeah.
Is this lady gonna
That
know
would-
that we're not local cops?
Yes, she would know you're not local cops.
Fuck.
There's
What
probably
about
only
state
like 3, so.
Damn it, I shouldn't have told you that. You should go for it, totally.
No, we're going to do this. And I think that I don't think that that's like our characters. I think would at least in game we should have asked Nina, hey, would they know if we weren't from around here?
Yeah.
I assume she would say yes. So I don't think it's.
Yeah, she's like, yeah,
You
probably.
can
I
buy
mean,
very realistic-looking cop badges on Amazon for like $10.
Screw it. They already think we're in town. Let's just go.
That's
We have actual FBI, like,
But I don't want them. Like I don't want more rumors of the FBI being around. But
That's fair.
Fuck it. Let's just do it.
So before we do leave, I will be asking Nina if the creek outside of this lady's house has any connection to the river and the caves.
She says, no, not directly. I mean, it all runs through national parks land, but there's been so much flooding with the storms this July that the body could have been washed out into a different watershed. Who knows? She says, plus they only found the spine this time. Honestly, like I said, I don't really have any proof that it was one of ours. She puts air quotes up, except for the fact
Sure.
that the only thing found was a spine, and that's really the only thing that would be left if one of these things was left out in the wild for a couple of days.
I'm like 90%. Okay, actually, I don't say this in front of her, so never mind. Yeah, let's go talk to this lady.
Okay, yeah,
Are
so
we
you can
gonna
drive
do the
over.
Devil's Cave thing first? I thought we were gonna go back there with this.
I assume after this.
Yep, I agree. Lady first.
Okay, are we all in our cars now? Is Nina with us? I think we leave her behind. We can't contact her. Shit. We can bring Nina, I guess, unless you guys are against it.
I mean,
I think
tampering
we
with
leave Nina,
evidence would be a serious thing for the FBI to investigate. So I think we could just come in and be like, "Hey, who did this?"
Yeah, no, that's a good call.
Bring the hammer down.
I'm trying
you
to
know.
put us in a situation where I can talk to you guys without Nina hearing me.
Yeah, I think we just leave Nina.
We leave her? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, just let me know before you guys go to the cave.
We will.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. I think it's the same body.
we're not going back for Nina.
Yeah, definitely
no,
not.
we definitely are. I'm fighting for this. I'm fighting for this super hard.
I just wanted to be mean for a second.
I got something mean to say. Okay, so she's inside. We are in the parking lot still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, it's the same body. It has to be. We found a
Yeah,
nervous system,
it's
and then we
way
found a
too
body
much
without a nervous system. It's the same person. It has to be.
Was the spinal column not on the nervous system that we found?
No, it was. So far, they've all been spinal columns with brains, eyes, and the rest of the nervous system attached, surgically removed from the entirety of the body.
Okay,
Okay.
and
It's
this
just a
body
body.
had the spinal column, but no brain or anything.
Yes, this was just a
Right.
spinal column.
Okay,
So
maybe they're
this
build.
is-
I bet they're building them. They're reanimating them into. Maybe.
You're collecting.
That's what I don't know. I'm just saying. I think there's something to finding part of a body than finding another part of a body missing those parts.
Yeah. No, it's way too much of a coincidence.
All
I
right,
think
let's
it's
go.
connected, but I don't think it's the same body.
Well,
It's
it can't be because the spinal
came
column.
it came from
Right.
the same place.
Oh, it definitely came from the same place.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
is why I was asking about connected waterways.
Yeah. Well, they said like.
Nina confirmed that it very easily could have come from the same location as the other two, just because the waterways are so flooded up right now.
Oh,
Alright.
when I say same place, I mean like the same thing.
Perp.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same
Same cult.
the same small time burglar created
Right.
that body as well as the other bodies.
The same disillusioned med student that's been kidnapping and
Yes.
surgically removing people's nervous systems.
I'm agreeing. I'm just
Pretty sure
wondering
that was
if
like an
it-
X-Files plot
Huh.
line.
Huh.
I think that nervous system belongs in a museum.
A disillusioned med student who has affinities with the occult.
My character shouts, "No more bits." Let's go talk. Let's go
I
talk
believe
to this lady.
Agent Johnny was trying to say something though.
Oh, sorry.
A confession, perhaps.
No, I have nothing to do with this. Was just wondering if maybe we could narrow down the drop-off point or dumping ground, so to speak. But if there's been the flooding, then we aren't able to yet until we find a body closer to the area.
Well, we're gonna C4 that pile of rocks, and I think we're gonna find some stuff.
All right, where do you guys go?
Let's go to this lady's
Okay,
house.
I'm in charge.
Okay, you go to the home of back down Jenny Jones, the person who found the first corpse. It's a single-story building located down in the heart of Marengo, right off of a bridge that crosses a small creek. You pull in, and it's just like a area of grass where some cars are parked, and you pull in next to it in your SUV, and you step out. You see there's a dog chained up next to a doghouse, barking at you in the yard as you approach. Nobody comes out to greet you.
Thank God none of us are in the ATF.
I guess we just head towards the front door.
I'm gonna stay in the
Can I
car.
do like
You
a
can do
can I do
that.
like a search just like around the premises?
Yeah, you check out. You look around the premises and you don't see anything. Do you want to roll to see if you see anything, or are you just trying to use your search skill here?
I have a search of 50.
Yeah, with your 50, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. It's just a kind of it's just kind of like a rundown house. It just
What
looks
about
like
you?
maybe they need to redo the siding.
I've got a search of 60 and an alertness of 60. Does anything stand out?
Yeah.
This dog is going nuts, like barking at you, like at the end of its metal chain. But other than that,
But
I'm-
specifically at
I'm
us.
gonna roll and see if I crit. I don't see anything.
you don't see
We
anything.
might as well.
What'd you roll?
Yeah.
A 73. I go temporarily blind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You fail to notice anything. Now, if you critically failed, then you would get bad information.
I got a
The dog's
93.
fine.
93. Jesus. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
None of you notice anything out of the ordinary. Just
The
normal house.
coast is completely clear.
Yeah.
Let's go knock on this door, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. You walk up to the door and you knock. Nobody
I'm
answers.
staying.
The dog
I'm
is
staying in
going
the car,
nuts.
by the way.
Just in the car.
Yeah.
He's taking a nap.
Can I persuade you to go behind the house
Behind? Why would I go behind the
in
house?
case she runs?
If she runs and I'm behind the house, I'll be there to yell, "Hey, she's running!"
Yeah, that'd be great.
I feel like you'll know by that point.
Maybe. All right. Anyway, fine. I guess he doesn't do it. Let's go knock on this door.
Okay. You knock on the door and nobody answers. The dog goes crazy.
Does it look like the dog is healthy and just like
I feel like you really want us to shoot this dog.
No, I'm wanting to pet it, but I
Not-
don't want
not
to
you.
bite my hand.
Austin. I feel like Austin has pointed out twice now that the dog is going crazy. And the second time he just said the dog goes crazy and then nothing else.
Because what you didn't know. Sorry. What's up, Agent Johnny?
I was looking at my skills, but there's no animal handling or equivalent from what I see. Is this like a typical dog behavior, or is it hungry, or just pissed off in general?
Is that maybe a survival roll? Can you get away with that?
I'll let you get away with. What's your survival?
30.
30. You just with a 30, you don't know anything about like animal behavior. But I mean, it just looks like a dog. Someone's chained up. Like you're knocking on its door. Nobody's entering.
Sure.
Nobody's answering you.
All right.
Can I look in a window?
Yeah. What's your search? Or
60.
sorry, what's your awareness?
Alertness is 60.
Awareness. Yeah. So you look in the window and you see like somebody moving around inside. They're just ignoring you guys.
Oh, I mean, I should have verbally stated, but I did bang on the door.
You bang on the door
Scouting
again.
federal agent.
Yeah. So I assume previously we knocked on the door.
Yes.
I bang on the door. Police.
Yeah, the door opens and a small child is standing. You'd say 4 or 5 years old is standing there. And Mom, there's somebody at the door. And the mom's like, I told you not to answer that. And she walks up and she says, I'm not going to talk to you unless I have a lawyer. And unless you're able to get one out here from town, you ain't going to hear anything from me.
I point to Agent Johnny.
It's like,
Wait, hold on. Are we wearing FBI stuff right now? Because I'm not gonna be an idiot. But if we're just dudes in suits, then I might be able to pull this off.
I assumed you were in FBI stuff when I said that. If you were not, then...
Nah, I'm not gonna retcon that. That would be
Okay.
I mean, I was assuming I was still wearing my jacket.
Yeah, no, that's
Not
fine.
really.
We all knew where I was going. It's okay. And I go,
It's like,
You're not in any legal trouble. We just need to talk to you. We had heard that some evidence had been erased. That's a very big deal for the FBI, for evidence to go missing like that. And we just wanted to hear your side of what's going on. We think that you know something that isn't being talked about, and I think you might be right about it. So I want to hear what you know. I think that you can really help us get to the bottom of what's happening.
Well, I found the first... I'm not talking to you.
Can I roll a persuasion?
You can try to persuade them. I believe there's a skill for that.
There is.
Yep.
I have a 70 in it.
Go for it.
It's called Persuade.
I thought it was, but I play so many other games where it's just called Persuade that I was like, it's probably not.
Yeah. I rolled a 30 out of 70, so...
Yeah, so what do you say to her?
I mean, I guess I think that you're right. I think that what you think is going on, or whatever you think is going on, I think you might be onto something. We want to talk to you about it. You're not in any legal trouble. We are not here. We're not in any capacity to arrest anybody right now. I just want to hear your side of the story of what's going on, because it sounds like what you think is happening is not what the local police have been saying. So I want to hear what you have to say that they aren't telling us.
Well,
it's not us against you. It's the local cops who are wrong, and I think you're right. You're smart. You know what's going on, and I want to hear from you.
you gotta promise not to laugh.
I assure you, I will take everything you say
Try to
seriously.
take my kids away from me or nothing.
We're not going to touch your kids.
Says, wait, that is not.
Well, technically correct.
She says, okay. I'll be honest. I lied about the video. Those kids came around and they offered me some money, and I'll be honest, I kind of could use it.
Literally
and they said if I had anything that was exciting, they'd pay for it. So I made something up about the phone. But everything else is real. I swear, when I found that thing, it wasn't dead. I thought it was a fish or something swimming around in the ditch, and when I approached it, it looked at me. It felt like it was staring into me, and I just tasted blood in my mouth, and I happened after that. The next thing I know, cops are here. They're asking me all these questions, and the only thing I can really remember is its eyes, just the pupils looking up at me and just staring, dilating, expanding. And she just looks away, and you just looks away, and you see like her eyes like kind of gloss over a little bit, just thinking about it. She says, I told all this to the police, but well, they didn't believe me, and of course, Noah and I don't really get along, so I was afraid he'd, use it in court or something, try to get the kids taken away. So I just kind of shut up about it.
Okay,
You said that somebody offered you money to falsify these claims? Who was that?
Yeah, they didn't ask me to falsify. They said if I had anything like not good for their story, that they'd pay me more. They gave me $60. Like, it's not nothing. The kids from the college, they're with like some kind, I don't know, and she like, oh, one second. She goes back inside and she grabs like a note, like a business card, and it's got a little UFO on it. It says Phenomena X, and it just has like a heart emoji.
And
She says it was two of them. There was one, I'll be honest, I couldn't really tell what they were like, but the other one was definitely a guy. It seemed to follow the other one around like a puppy.
Baker, sorry, this is not in character. That's why I was raising my hand.
Yeah.
She had said that the pupils and everything were looking at her. Didn't she say she had just seen a spinal column?
No. She found the first corpse. The first corpse was a brain, spinal column, eyes, and entire nerve system.
Right. I guess I was thinking of this third person who would have found the oldest one.
Yeah, the third person is an old man who lives in a shack kind of up in the woods there, and he found just a spinal column in the creek near his house, like on his property.
I take it Noah's your ex-husband?
Yeah.
Does he know anything about this? Other than he told you not to talk to anybody about it?
I mean, he didn't tell me not to talk to anybody. We don't talk at all. He was he's one of 4 officers here in town. He happened to be one of the ones on call when I made the calls. Of course, he showed up. We don't have anything. We don't have like a restraining order or anything. It's nothing like that. But
So your ex-husband is a cop, and he knows about this.
Yeah, I mean, he knows about the case. Of course, he's on the case. I believe you probably met him.
Sure.
Younger guy, pretty muscular.
But he's like,
hair.
Has he seen this video? Like, he knows all the stuff you just told us?
I didn't actually have a video. His oldest son from before our marriage actually is the one that took the video with the school kids, though.
Okay. Can you show us where you found the body?
Yeah, of course. And she's just giving you guys like whatever you want. You made her really convincing. Are you the first person that she's talked to that didn't immediately look at her and say, you're crazy? And that role helped with that, of course. And so she leads you down in the yard past the dog, and the dog like has calmed down now that she's outside. She pets it, and she says, "This is Red. He doesn't like strangers much, but if you want to pet him, you can. He'll let you pet him while I'm out here." Sorry, we should go to the ditch. And she walks another like 15, 20 feet towards the edge of her yard.
I pet the dog.
Yeah, you pet the dog. She stands there and you pet the dog. The dog, it like licks your hands a little bit. He stays outside. We got him chained up because he kept running off. Normally we just let him run around the town, but all the people coming in with the case, so, we don't want him getting hit or nothing. But he doesn't like it, obviously, hence the barking. Anyway, sorry. And she walks to the edge of her, like that area where the grass is, where the cars are parked, and there's just a ditch. It's like her yard ends, and her house is built up on like kind of like a not a hill, but like there's a gradient, and her house is at the top of it, which is pretty common because this area floods so much. And to the side of her house, like you're looking at the front, to the right, there's a road, and between the road and her house, the gradient goes down, and it goes back up like 1.5 feet up towards the road. So the road and the house are on a higher gradient, and on the other side of that road is a creek that runs that's roughly the same level as the ditch. So that ditch floods all the time when it rains. She says, "Yeah, it was right here. I heard, like I said, I heard a bunch of noise coming from it when I came outside. I was chasing Red. He's what led me over to it. I thought it was a fish or something had gotten washed out because of the flooding. He was barking like crazy, and I come down here and." Well, that's where it was.
Okay. Somebody who's good at looking at stuff, look at this.
Yeah, I will look around, but I'm assuming.
I've got a
it's-
forensics of 30. Should I roll or?
Even with just a forensics of just your forensics just being 30. This first corpse was found a week ago at this point.
Yeah.
So.
There's probably not much left after they came to and cleared the scene.
Yeah. There wouldn't be anything left, and it's rained like twice since then.
We could probably get pictures back at the station.
Yeah, you guys have a file that has the pictures of the crime scene.
Oh, the first one. Okay.
Yeah, the first crime scene was pretty butchered by the local police. They dragged the thing up out of the water because it was dark out and they weren't sure what it was. They didn't collect anything from the crime scene because the body was so mutilated. They didn't think it would matter.
And is this body still at the morgue, or did we already look at that when we went to
Yes, it's still at the morgue because it's evidence, but it wasn't as fresh as the one because you guys arrived the day after the one in the cave was found.
Mm-hmm.
And so that one there were better pictures of it, and it was more clearly like photographed at the spot where it was found and stuff like that.
And I remember, I'm pretty sure we went and looked at that one at the morgue.
You did, and you found the files on both of them, and you found traces of Agent Orange in both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did we get this lady's name?
Yes, her name is Jenny Jones.
Hey Jenny. Thank you so much for cooperating with us. I really appreciate you telling us. We might be in touch again, but everything you've given us is really helpful. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry that you had to see what you saw, but I appreciate you being cooperative.
You mentioned that, and her eyes kind of gloss over again.
Yeah. We're gonna be around for a little while. I've heard there's a lot of really cool, things to do around here. Do you know anything about this Devil's Cave? I've heard it's like a cool place to check out for it's wildlife nuts.
It's just a wives' tale. Supposedly, they sealed some kind of demon up in there hundreds of years ago. But I'll be honest, I don't even know if we had Native Americans in this part of Indiana.
It's a progressive lady from Southern Indiana.
Yeah, good point.
She's working on it. That's the important part.
She made the mistake, and then I felt that was part of her characterization. But she was like, I don't even know if we had anything like that here in that area. It's just a tale that old folks tell kids so they don't go exploring it because somebody died in there 20 some years ago, probably now, was walking around in there and fell in a sinkhole.
So you don't buy into any of that stuff, then?
No. The devil living in southern Indiana, trapped in a cave, 20 minutes out of town. That's, I mean, surely there'd be more pomp and circumstance for something like that.
This place isn't like hell at all. Okay.
So I do have a quick question, because it looks like we're wrapping up here. In case we end up being in the area for a couple more days, is there a church that you prefer? Or I heard someone talking about... do you remember the name of that church? That's the only one I heard of in town so far.
It was the guy. He invited you to the Marengo Christian Church.
Okay.
Just generic. She says, no, I don't really. I mean, I used to go in Paoli just the big church up there, just Paoli
Mhm.
Community Church. But I haven't been in a little while.
All right. No worries. Then I was just wondering in case.
Yeah,
we have to be
I've
in
got 3
town.
kids, you know, and
Sure.
I'm not a
no
single
worries.
mom, like, but I take care of it. It's just a lot to ask me to drive, 30 minutes on the way. And the churches around here are fine, I assume, but it's a lot of older folk, and
I understand. I was just wondering in case we were in town for a couple more days.
oh yeah, well, I mean, if you're if that's your case, of course, I'm sure they'd welcome you with open arms to the local church here in Marengo, or
I bet they
you
would.
go to Paoli. There's a couple bigger ones out there. There's a Catholic church, I think, towards New Albany.
All right.
If
Well, I'll
that's
keep
your
them in
thing.
mind. Thank you very much.
Oh man, we're gonna have to go to this church.
See, I was hoping for some more information. I say out of earshot.
Yeah. No, that was a good call. I had forgotten about the church. I really don't want to go to that church, but I feel like we probably should.
I don't know.
Here's my reasoning. There's an old wives' tale. There's a demon that does crazy stuff in this cave. We were all very willing to believe that. This implies to me that somebody somewhere knows how to beat this thing. There has to be some sort of other old-timey lore in this town of like, yeah, they sealed the devil in there by doing blank. We need to find out what blank is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I'm.
I
thinking-
guess it wouldn't hurt.
What the hell?
But I don't think we should go into
Is our
tangents.
hope to shoot it? Is that the plan? Or we find the thing, and we shoot it and hope that
Shooting
works?
sometimes.
I thought you wanted to use C4
I mean-
on it.
I want to use C4. Like, if there's a thing, I want to C4 that thing. Like
You,
a little bit.
you guys are having this conversation in character with the flamethrower peeking out of the back of the SUV, just in shot. I would like to point out, like,
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
We hope you enjoyed the program. As always, this has been an Aureus Network production, published by arrangement with the Delta Green Partnership. The intellectual property known as Delta Green is a trademark and copyright owned by the Delta Green Partnership, who has licensed its use here. The contents of the show are Aureus Networks, excepting those elements that are components of the Delta Green intellectual property.